I don't know, but
No, you know what you need, Chantal? You need to get your butt out of the Middle East. You need to go back to Canada, and you need to start living a life that isn't just a big scam. I mean, this is silly. You're going to be 40 years old. You're out here, I mean, following some 29-year-old thinking that he's going to love you and marry you and make a life with you and whatever. Girl, come on. He laughs at you. He makes fun of you. I mean, why do you think you're over there with him? Because you guys are living it up? I mean, yeah, you really look like you're living it up. You really look like you're happy. What you need to do is you need to go back to Canada. You need to start putting in hard work. And you need to, if a relationship is really what you want, if that's your end game in life, I know it is for some people. If that's really what you want, someone to love you, someone to call you baby, someone to give you affirmations, whatever. I mean, slow steps. I mean, whatever. Get on the dating apps, work on yourself, get back to a point where you can walk for more than a minute without getting dizzy. I mean, that would, if I were that in that place, that would be my number one priority. Not who's going to call me baby when I put my head down at night. I mean, girl, come on. I mean, you're not going to be able to heal in this environment, let alone thrive. You're talking about energy. You're sitting here telling us how you're about to fall asleep.
so you're getting help and you want to dunk on Chantel? And that's why I think Shannon and FFG's chemistry is so beautiful, because they're so similar. FFG has to be the hero. That's why she has to always dunk on Chantel with something. Like when she did the thing with BBJ, I stand on this. She did her big one. She did her big one with that one, especially with the way Chantel was running her mouth, talking about FFG's dogs and all. When I saw her pull that off, I said, leave it to Chantel to have me applaud FFG. I was pissed. I was like, oh, this was so good. She trolled the fuck out of you. Oh my God. So, just so we're clear, and you heard it here first. What happened with BBJ, rescuing BBJ? The BBJ rescue to FFG will be with the 89 LBs are to Amber. You will always hear about it for years to come. Always. That's never going to die. She did her big one. She had to make it public. And for those saying, oh, it's for the money, I think you guys forget, I've said this before, multiple things can be right at once. She did her big one and definitely helped BBJ, because at this point, I think almost anybody's better than Chantel. But yes, of course it was for the money. If it wasn't for the money, she wouldn't have made it public. Of course it was for the money. Are you kidding? The bitch held she shopped for BBJ's collar on stream. She shopped for a cat to get a Gucci collar for a cat. Of course it was for money. But I'm not going to take away the fact that, like, at least she got BBJ. But yes, it was for money. Yes, it was for content. Are you crazy? That is her 89 LBs, bitch. She is never letting that go. That will always be content in some way.
Isms. So, French fried girls should be worried because Chantal was threatening to sue again. Shadowed that she might have returned to Canada to handle some other business, and she would handle that while she was there. I would be terrified if I was French fried girl. So terrified. This is the woman who couldn't even make a vet appointment, and she's going to coordinate a multi-person lawsuit because she felt duped about her cat being given to somebody else. By her to somebody else. But she couldn't tell you who because the selfish bitch wouldn't even walk down the stairs to go say bye. She handed it to Pete's. Again, many reasons we can't follow through with our commitments. So, and Chantal doesn't have much tolerance for distress or discomfort. If something isn't exactly the way she wants to eat it, she's not going to eat it. If it's not the right temperature, she's not going to eat it. So you would think someone as large as her would be much more picky. But, or would be much less picky. But actually, some of the more morbidly obese people I know are rather picky about their food. And, like other folks who deal with addiction, can get pretty nasty if they don't get what they want. How many people think that they've probably fought about food a couple times already? I'm sure he was fine with her coming over, but she farted out a bunch of promises initially that she was I'm gonna go to the gym and lose weight, and it'll be great, and I'll be going to the beach, and we'll be travel beezing. If you're too fat for a plane, you gotta do something. because now you can't even get out of there in a hurry if you need to. There's no shame in buying 2 plane seats if you need them, but if you don't like that you need them, or that you're cutting it close to needing them, whose job is it to change the shape of Chantal's body? Yours? Mine? A pill? Some Ozempic? No, it comes down to Chantal and what she chooses to do. At this point, she's had more resources and opportunities and access to treatment over the years that most people don't give a shit how she feels, or that she probably can't handle all of her ADLs maybe on her own, because she was always such a nasty, self-centered person that her discomfort brings people pleasure. We've heard of Schadenfreude. You know, it's the same sort of thing. I don't
So we saw some boats pass by while we were hanging out by the riverside and decided after we were done hanging out by the river to see if we could find a dock and take a boat ride ourselves. On our way,
it was his hard-earned money to try to buy her food that would support her health. And then either she ordered it without him, or he came to reason of, look, I don't love you so much that $250 isn't worth risking your health to me. So if you really love me, Chantal, really, really love me, you'll go on there, eat yourself half to death, and give me the cash. So, I don't know. And she wants privacy. Okay. And where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? He's out with the boys. Thailand, from what I understand, has a very, very active sex scene. So, I'm sure he'll text you. But at any rate, this week we're going to... But she's sitting there, not a lot of people around, but it was the old eyes darting. Remember the outhouse? Or going for Burger King and then sitting in the parking lot, full face of makeup, looking all over the place to see who's looking and who's watching. She's out proud and doesn't care, but hawks like she's ashamed of what she's engaging in. So when she's sitting there with Sala eating, and there's people, you know, not a lot of people, because they go everywhere when it's closed. She's afraid of people, and they want to be able to film, and they're weird. They're weird. She likes getting attention, but standing out doesn't really, like, I think she probably feels like people are staring, because they are staring. It's a spectacle. She's 4 times the size of a normal woman. So I think people are going to stare. That shouldn't be unexpected. Is it rude? Is it cruel? I don't know. Bottom line, it shouldn't be unexpected. And to act shocked would be kind of stupid as well. You've read about it a little bit and saw it on TikTok. Please look better after yourself. Take better care of yourself. If not you, for your husband that you told us you loved so much. How much do you love him if you're willing to eat yourself to death because it's too difficult to try to get better beyond 36 hours? If you're not a 12-stepper, but the bondage of self. She's so obsessed with meeting her own wants and needs that she, to her inadvertently, steps on people and hurts people in that way. There's another side of Chantal that is a complete sociopath and pretty much doesn't care about feelings, doesn't know how to act. That's why we had the wedding cake and candles and she erupted like she was going to shit her pants, because she doesn't know what happiness feels like, so she doesn't demonstrate what it looks like. She doesn't know love. She doesn't know any of those feelings. And so with all this spinning in her head, her marriage on the line, her citizenship being up, she goes on a diet.
One, I'm pretty, okay? That has a lot, and I don't mean that to be conceited. I'm being very matter of fact. Being pretty gets you a lot of privilege. I'm just saying, you can get away with a lot if you're pretty. Number one, I'm pretty.
Okay, guys, so this is the trailer for Femme. It's been released in Europe, but it's out. It's a thriller, and I've seen it. It's a fantastic film. It is out in Spain, and it is out in the US on March the 22nd. So here is the trailer.
man in his high heels. Well, you can turn around if you're a fucking man. You're letting them win.
How do you want to deal with that?
I think you're a nice looking lad. On your front. I'm a nice guy. If you disrespect me, fuck you up. I get that. Yeah, I'm the same. Oh, you know. You're a fucking big man. I best remember not to fuck with you then.
Hi guys, I just wanted to put in that I'm not including Sam's interview video, basically because Sam and Yaba do not represent each other, and number two, Foodie has said the exact same thing that Sam has said in this interview, and I didn't think it was really relevant, but if you want to watch the beginning, so I just go straight into the video when Foodie starts talking. Hi guys, and welcome to Tailored Talk. So today we're going to cover Foodie Beauty's hateful video, and it's called Sam and Yaba Defend a PDF file and Nada but the slur. And when you use NADTURD, your credibility is out the window anyway, because you're just a hateful little 12-year-old at this point. But we're going to go over her video now and the reason I'm doing this so quickly is because it's been reported so much that it may get deleted. So let's just do this as quick as possible.
Hello. All right, so a lot of you are not going to know what I'm talking about in this video. I'm not going to highlight this person, so I'm not going to, if you don't know the drama, you don't know, okay? Basically, just leave it at that.
So that's her first mistake, first of all, is the fact that you're going to set up a hate video talking about Yaba, and you're not even going to mention her name, despite the fact that you've put her and Sam's name in the title. You're not going to mention Yaba's name, right? Which confuses all of your chat, all of the people in the comments, because they don't know who you're talking about. And if they don't know who you're talking about, the whole video, it kind of defeats the point. You've been on YouTube for 7 years, and you don't know that you have to introduce the person that you're talking about, the person who is the topic. All you had to say was, I'm talking about Yaba. She's a YouTuber known on here as the YouTube Underground. And what's crazy to me is that you won't mention Yaba, you won't say Yaba, you won't say the word Yaba, but you will mention her dead ex by name. Like I said on Twitter, how does that make sense? Your whole video is focused on Yaba. You won't mention Yaba's name, and you won't give your viewers any information about who Yaba is. To people that are watching, she could be a Twitcher, she could be on Instagram, you know, she could be on Twitter. You know, they don't, some people honestly don't know who she is. So you have to do an introduction on who Yaba is before a 20-minute hate video.
If you don't like drama and you're just like my weight loss content and my other videos that are...
You don't have any weight loss content. That's the problem. And I still don't believe that you're 331 or whatever. I don't believe it. I don't care how many science scales you weigh yourself on. But go ahead.
Happy. Just skip this one because I have a response to somebody who... I'm sorry, but I can't hold it in because the audacity, okay, is just too strong in this one that I have to reply. So,
But reply to what? Because Yaba's last video basically was saying that you were broke. So reply to what exactly?
Oh. All right. And if you're watching Spare Me This, you shouldn't give her attention, BS, because you know what? Yeah, whatever.
Well, the thing is, you can't claim to be a Muslim revert, to be a Muslim, to be a pious wife, and then put on hate speech. Like, you can't claim to be a pious Muslim and then put on food porn. You know, it's the hypocrisy. And maybe Salah needs to give you that hypocrisy you are speech, because it's not sinking in for you, is it?
I'll take the hit on that one. I'll take the L on that one.
Yeah, but your whole life is an L.
But Scabba, Doo-Doo, and Greasy Scamantha, you need to take the L on this.
I mean, the irony of Foodie calling anyone else greasy when she's literally put her, laughed about shitting herself in a hotel room and putting her underwear in the hotel bin for the staff to clean up. The irony of Foodie calling anyone else greasy. But go off.
This one, okay? You have the nerve, the audacity, you greasy hypocrites. You have the nerve to compare what happened with Cowbella to your baby daddy, Jesse, SAing a child, his own stepdaughter.
So Yaba never mentioned this, so Foodie is just bringing this up out of spite.
You have the nerve. Here's the difference.
Like, Foodie won't mention Yaba's name, but she'll bring up Yaba's kids. Again, makes no sense.
Because I know you're a little slow. That's fine. One act was two consensual adults in a fantasy situation, okay?
Here we go with Foodie trying to defend her husband's cheating.
Okay? People have different fetishes and fantasies.
Yeah, but you refuse to talk about the violent fantasies, though. That's the one thing. You don't talk about the grape, and you don't talk about the fact that your husband said that he was going to stomp a woman's face out. That's what you never talk about.
What differentiates a fantasy from reality is the act of it. Just because somebody wants to act out a fantasy in a sexual situation with another consenting adult does not make them a rapist.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't, but he's always going to be judged based on those fantasies. Just like you're always going to be judged, like going on Tinder, saying that you just wanted sex and trying to trap crackheads into a relationship. Like, you and Salah are always going to be judged.
Somebody a rapist is a non-consensual activity. Okay? All right. I hope you get that. I hope you and your entire dumb-ass audience understand that concept. All right? But your baby daddy, the person that you had 3 children with, yes, 3 children.
Okay, was there any need to bring up the number of kids? There was no reason to bring up the kids at all.
And don't give me this, once I found out, blah, blah, blah. No, because once you found out, according to the time...
Yeah, but that's just speculation, because you have no idea what Yaba knows. You don't know if she knows.
Lines of things, and don't make me bring up those receipts.
Well, yeah, when you're going to accuse somebody of defending a predator, you do have to bring out receipts. But like she's too lazy to mention Yaba's name or mention who Yaba is, so yeah, she's too lazy to bring up receipts.
Because they're all over the internet on different channels. DC Returns, Hekate's daughter.
Well, then why didn't you go to those channels and put the receipts up on your channel? If they're so easy to pull up, why didn't you pull up the receipts?
There's many that have them. Yo Mama. All right? And they're easy to find, I'm sure, okay? Because you and Scam have said a lot of nasty things on Twitter. What are you even doing? You're adults and you have children. You're supposed to be an example. And the fact that I can't have...
Foodie has no right to talk about an example, what's an example for children and what's not. Because this is a woman that put the FFG named Crackhead Olympics as suitable for people under 18. So, okay.
kids doesn't have anything to do with you being a crappy parent trying to teach your kids morals in life and how to survive in life. Meanwhile, all you do is hate on the same fat women every day, being super obese yourself. Nice example you're creating for your children. What if you're...
She doesn't hate on fat women all day, because she was very positive about the 1,000-pound sisters when Tammy and Amy started losing weight.
Children are overweight, you're going to fat shame them? Yet you're probably going to go, yeah, I want to fat shame them because I want them to be healthy. Yeah, well, healthy, okay, in body, but what about up here? You're going to give them a complex?
Or not Foodie talking about people's mental health. When she sent out a PSA saying that LGBTQ was haram. It's like...
And psychological trauma, just because you have a problem with people being fat, you have issues, man. You need this support group, but you need it for yourself. Your baby daddy is a real life rapist. That's the difference.
Okay. Does she have any proof of that? Where's the proof? Where's the proof of that? Is there any proof that what you're saying is true? Where are the receipts?
You always compare what happened with Cowbella.
The irony of Foodie calling somebody Cowbella when she's been breaking beds and headboards in Thailand.
And between that and your baby daddy, there's no comparison. You're a hypocrite.
There's no comparison, because you're comparing like apples to a slice of pizza. You're comparing two completely different situations.
There's no comparison whatsoever. None. Reality, fantasy. Reality, fantasy.
But the reality is that Salah did cheat on you, and you always have to live with that. And the fact that he cheated on you and you went back, and you have to live with that. People are going to talk about it.
Reality, fantasy. All right? You're not going to win this one. After you knew about it, Scamantha, your wife, went on Twitter and asked people to stop talking crap about Jesse because he was a war veteran. Oh, I guess that makes, essaying your own stepdaughter makes it more valid,
Is there any proof is there any proof about that essay that's true? Or is this just speculation? She's posting no receipts. If this is a crime, where are the receipts? Where are the receipts that this crime was committed? And why can't you post them? Like, you're going to make a whole video with these accusations and no receipts.
And for those people saying, stop bringing up, it's a child, she's a victim. But it's okay for whenever somebody committed, unalive themselves in the community because they were being bullied and they had mental health issues that didn't help.
From what I heard, they weren't getting bullied, but they were on the scene for 5 seconds because they were one of your fans and they were antagonizing FFG, and FFG left it alone because she knew that this woman wasn't well. This woman then unalived herself, but not many people know about that situation because she was in Go World for like 5 minutes. She had 10 subscribers. She wasn't on a large platform. Again, you're comparing apples to pizza.
It's okay to question, the GoFundMe the father put up. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to exploit that situation.
But who talked about it and exploited it? Because if Yaba didn't do that, then why are you bringing her up?
Right? It's okay to exploit the father of 5 kids left alone by the mother unaliving herself. That's okay. And to call the funeral home to make...
But where's the proof that Yaba called the home? Where's the proof that Yaba exploited the father and this couple? There's no proof that Yaba's done anything.
Make sure that she passed away. You guys did that.
But you guys aren't Yaba. You guys can be anybody. Yaba didn't do that personally. So again, Foodie, what's your point?
I've never done any nasty crap like that. Never.
Shauna, this is the same woman that accused, while FFG was grieving her pets, she accused FFG of murdering both of her dogs. So, okay.
I don't do any of the nasty crap you guys do, actually. The things that you have done is disgusting. Disgusting. It's okay to talk about Karate Joe's, situation. There was a victim there. That's okay, though, right? I'm not naming anyone by name. I'm talking...
Yeah, but it was outed on the farms, and Yaba didn't mention any kids, like you're doing.
Talking about a situation that was put out publicly, and fair game, I'm sorry.
How is that fair game? How is Karate Joe being outed as a predator, and the fact that you're actually filmed defending Karate Joe, what has that got to do with Yaba and her children? Again, you're comparing apples to pepperoni pizza. You're making no sense.
Furthermore, the obituary, Jesse's obituary. Have you guys seen that?
No, but if you put it up and use it as a receipt, then yeah, people can read it. Like, there's no point. Why would are people psychic? Like, how are we supposed to know what you're talking about when you won't even mention Yaba's name? You won't post any links. You posted one tweet of Sam supporting somebody, but where's the receipts?
You should.
Well, why don't you post a link?
I don't know if I'm going to share the link to it because I do have it. I've read it. It sounds like something Scamantha would write. I'm sure, being that apparently Jesse didn't have a lot of family who cared about him, even his own mother. I'm sure that you guys had some...
Bringing up a dead man's mother. After you sit here and bitch about your mother being used all the time.
Something to do with the obituary, right? I'm sure. I don't remember what you streamed when you found out about the baby daddy passing away. I don't think that... I don't remember. I don't remember if you were, sad and down and what you talked about. But I don't remember you coming out and condemning him for being a PDF file. I don't remember you ever coming out and saying...
Again, there's no proof that Yaba knew this. You don't know when she found that information out.
That ever. And condemning him for that. I don't... the obituary...
And can I just add that Yaba always keeps her family life private, so why would she come on a live stream to talk about her family's personal issues? Not everybody flaunts their exes on the net. Not everybody flaunts their exes' information on the net, Foodie.
Was so glowing that I don't even think Nobel Peace Prize winners will get an obituary like Jesse had. Usually, obituaries, paragraph or two. This was like a page or two. This was glowing in detail, his life, how he was with his kids. Like, I'm sorry, but... And I really don't want to throw accusations because I don't know. I'm not like you and your pathetic community.
Yeah, and guys, she's about to throw out really offensive, baseless accusations in just a few seconds.
Community who have no content, so you have to make up crap that you don't know anything about. But without any proof, I have a feeling this wasn't his first rodeo. The guy was always a drug addict, high on drugs, meth, whatever. And he was around all of your kids.
It's just so crazy that Foodie is always the first person to talk about somebody's drug habit when she took part in Crackhead Olympics for nearly 2 years. I mean, she's bragged about picking up a strange meth pipe off the floor, smoking it and flaunting the burn on her lip, but she's going to talk about somebody else's habit. Okay.
That's all I have to say, and I really hope I'm wrong. So for you to have the nerve to compare a fantasy situation with two consenting adults versus a situation with a child and your baby daddy? Disgusting. I have no words. I have no words for the depravity and the disgustingness of how low this community goes. It's disgusting. I mean, if you...
While making a video about somebody's dead ex. But you're surprised at how low the community goes.
Still watch these low-life people knowing what they condone and naming your dog after the PDF file. Now, I don't know when you got that dog, if it was after Jesse died, because if it was after Jesse died, you knew what happened and you still named your dog after it. You're disgusting. Like, you're so strange. Like, I don't know. You want to protect your kids. You want to protect your kids. They're going to find out, and they're going to find out in a nasty way if you...
This video is not going to help. Just so you know, Foodie, it's not going to help these kids.
You don't explain to them what their dad was. They're going to find out on the...
You know that she's projecting all her issues with her father being a deadbeat. She's trying to project onto this Yaba situation, right? It's all projection.
Internet, they're gonna see your hate channel full of making fun of fat women. Like, I'm sorry, you can say what you want about Smee. My mom would never, in a million years, have a hate channel. Like, she has a life. Like, ugh. She might have been a young...
Foodie, you never know. There are a lot of aliases on here. Smee could be one of these hate channels. And given the hell that you put her through when she got, when she had all those issues with Marty, calling up her house in the middle of the night, I wouldn't be surprised if she went incognito as a hate channel. I wouldn't be surprised.
Teen pregnancy, how old were you? So what if she was 17 having a child? She still did her best to raise me properly. Don't even come for me and say, I've heard you bash my mom about my eating disorder. She's not responsible for that. And what about your mom then? What about your parents? Are you not obese? How did you get obese? Huh? From sitting there talking crap, eating burgers, right? So, and Taco Bell, and whatever else you guys gorge on. The hypocrisy, like, how do people not understand how hypocritical it is? Oh, right, because they're all dumb like you, right? Okay, I get it. You have to be dumb. There's no other explanation. There's just none. It's just stupidity at this point. Another point is you like to deflect, and one of the main things
this whole video is deflection. All Yaba said in the last video was that you were broke and you drip dry your socks. Like, what caused this video? I have no clue.
And FF Ghoul like to deflect on is bringing up Nattered. Even though it's been, what, like 3 years since I've seen his jacked up mouth anyway.
And it's like, Foodie, if you were really over him, you wouldn't even mention him. Can we just, how you go out of your way to mention him all the time? You really could have skipped this.
Near me. And
and you're a married woman still talking about your ex. I mean, if Salah cared about you, he would care. But we know he doesn't.
You have the nerve to bring up old past things. But since you brought it up with the May situation, making me look like a SA offender, number one,
I mean, sooner or later, never mind.
The time that happened, the whole thing, I had no idea about it till after it happened. 2, Nattered is a manipulative narcissist.
Oh yeah, Foodie, and you're not.
He lied to me about the situation, and I believed him because I had no reason at the time not to. Because our relationship was still new, and
but it wasn't a relationship, it was a hookup.
I had no experience with somebody like this coming out of a pretty wholesome relationship. You wouldn't know the amount of women who tried to reach out to Nattered at that point.
Even now, she sounds jealous. Even now.
So to me, she was just another fan, another woman who really wanted to jump his bones. Ew. But that's how it was.
Oh my God.
To me, why fly all this way to Canada, get a hotel room, just to eat some of his cooking.
Well, this is a woman that has travelled across states, state lines to go to McDonald's. So you can't judge May when you will go hundreds of miles just for food, just for a Big Mac. Like, you can't judge May.
So for me, things were not adding up. I thought her motive was, I thought that there was something else going on, until I learned the proper timeline of what happened, and then I saw that he could have done it. The problem is, and I like to give the victim the benefit of the doubt, so...
That's a lie. Because in your video defending Nada, you said that May was basically too old to grape. That she was old, that she was in her 70s, that she wore diapers, and that she was too old for Nada to be attracted to her. So that's not true. You never gave May the benefit of the doubt. You created an alibi to get Nada off the hook. What do you mean?
As of now, I believe May.
Yeah, sure you do. You do now because he cheated on you and dumped you for Dee Dee. Now he's happily married with Dee Dee. Of course you believe him.
That something happened, but we don't know 100%. That's the difference. We still don't know 100%. It's still in the court. Things are still happening. We haven't seen any of the evidence. We haven't seen any of the video footage, if there's any. Apparently there's some hotel video footage. I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, she's probably seen that footage.
Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not defending that turd.
Every time you say his name wrong, it gives you no credibility. Guys, this is the same woman that claims Islamophobia every time Salah gets called salad, but it's okay for her to smear somebody else's name. Makes no sense. She's a total hypocrite. This is why people say that you are a Funko baby. If you want to use names, use them properly.
Or discrediting May's story. I'm just saying that we don't know all the details because none of us were there.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about Yaba and her ex. None of us know the details because none of us were involved in their relationship or the raising of their kids. So again, why is this video being made? You know absolutely nothing about Yaba and her relationship with her ex.
And we don't know what's being discussed in the court case. That's all I'm saying. I just like to keep an open mind with everything. But knowing what...
Open mind with everything? You've literally called Yaba a PDF file defender.
Kind of person Natchard is now versus when it happened. I totally 100% believe that he is capable of doing something so horrible because...
Yeah, and that's the issue that people would have with Salah. People feel that he is 100% capable of doing really awful stuff to women, and those texts that he sent to Kai Bella do not help.
Because he's done similar things to me, and he's been very abusive.
Again, Foodie, I can't believe you because you lie so much.
To me and to Dee Dee, and we all know how horrible of a person he is. Now, this clip I'm about to show you, this is a screen recording from Hekate's daughter, her stream, her latest stream, and this is the full clips of Samantha Tefler, Yaba, or the YouTube Underground's wife, dearly beloved wife, doing the exact same thing that Yaba is condemning me for. All right, so here we go.
Sorry, guys, I'm not gonna go through these clips because Sam and Yaba are individuals and they don't represent each other. So Sam's opinion is her opinion. I'm just gonna click past all of this. I don't know why, because I'm not interested in what Sam has to say. And it's pretty much the same thing that Foodie was saying, that May was old. So I'm just gonna skip past this.
Look just at these messages and
There we go.
I cannot with this bitch, all right? So
she literally played this in the beginning. There was no need to play it again.
So yeah, I defended him at the time. He was my boyfriend.
No, he wasn't. He was a hookup. He was a hookup. He was not a boyfriend. You know, he was a situationship. He was not a boyfriend.
I didn't know fully what happened, and what he said happened. He lied to me.
And Foodie, if you didn't know what happened, you should have just shut the fuck up. You're talking about crime here. You're talking about, you know, criminal offences. If you didn't know what happened, then for once you should have just minded your own business. Exactly like with this video of you trying to dogpile Yaba. Mind your own business.
Based on the messages I saw, I didn't understand the timeline of how things happened. And I didn't think that there would have been time because of how often I was there. And
you mean how often you forced yourself on Nada and left stuff over there so that you could go back to the trap house?
I thought she was just trying to make drama. I didn't think that he was predatory, that he was a bad person at the time, because Sam's Bar Lounge wasn't out and he hadn't laid a hand on me yet. So how am I supposed to know? So for you to blame that on me when I had no idea what was going on is just deflection on your part for having slept and had children with a actual PDF file. They're not the same, but nice attempt at deflecting and blaming me again for something that happened 4 years ago now? Really? Poor Yaba and Scamantha. You people can hate me all you want, but if you're willing to defend somebody who defended a PDF file and named their dog after him, wrote him, had a hand, I'm sure, in a glowing obituary.
There was no proof that she wrote that obituary. There's no proof of that. Where's the receipts?
For this man, defended him because he's a war veteran.
You said Sam did that. Yaba didn't do that.
And so much else. You're just disgusting people. Comparing a consensual situation to a non-consensual situation.
Let's talk about non-consensual situations. Non-consensual situations is you doxing Allah's wife to the net so that misogynists and racists could have a field day with her picture that didn't work. Non-consent is also doxing Dee Dee's job and helping her get fired. Non-consensual is also trying to dox Dee Dee's mother so that your Beezers can harass an elderly woman while she's in a nursing home. That was all non-consensual.
Just to contrive a self-defense out of yourself is really, really unsettling and disgusting. And whatever. Keep doing your stupid, pathetic attempts at getting people to hate me, at drama.
If it's so stupid, why have you made a 20-minute video trying to ruin her character if there's no merit?
Trying to make me look bad, because I'm sorry, but in my eyes, you guys are worse.
Well, Foodie, with this video, they don't have to try to make you look bad. You just do look bad. That's it. You did it all by yourself, as usual.
I'm just gonna keep doing my health journey,
which is just eating yourself to death while Salah throws, chicken burgers, fries, kebab, and rice on the floor. I mean, that's you doing you. That's you doing your health journey.
Worrying about myself, getting on the treadmill, eating more structured.
Sure. Trying
to make changes in my life. Meanwhile, you deflect with this when asked to show that you can do better on the treadmill. You were asked to I challenged you, and your challenge for me is to learn Arabic? How about you learn about Islam?
Well, how about you learn about Islam? Because if you learn about Islam, you won't be putting these shit-faced videos out on the net.
You like to judge me so heavily on being a proper Muslim.
But it's not just Yaba that judges you heavily. Everybody judges you heavily. You literally put out a music with a video with music with rap F-bombs. Like, everybody judges you. Everybody judges you because you don't take Islam seriously. That's why.
You're not a proper human being. Where do you have the right to judge me on my morality about?
Well, you know, it's funny that you call that Yaba's not a human being, but like the farms basically call you a shapeshifter because you're not a human being. You're just a parody of a person. You pretend to have a personality that suits your boyfriend, and you have no personality, no morals, no sense of self, and no personality of your own. And that's why you're called a shapeshifter. That you're not a real human being. You're just kind of a body snatcher.
About being a Muslim when you don't even know anything about Islam.
Well, neither do you. And you've been invested in Islam for like 2 years, and not one line of Arabic. That's why she's talking about it.
You don't know anything.
Well, we know what you've put online for 2 years.
Ignorant lowlife.
Ignorant lowlife, but you're the one that's implying that your husband DVs. I'm just saying.
Gets a kick out of making fat jokes, and they're not even good fat jokes. It's the
Yeah, but you get a kick out of making homophobic and racist jokes. So what's worse?
the same thing all the time. They could be this in your Cartman voice. Like, I don't know. I don't know how people find that funny. Anyway, bringing up old Natcher drama when I was the victim of abuse with him.
Well, you chop and change that story. You actually, on a live with other people, you actually denied it. You denied it and said that you were a woman scorned. Anyways, and then was it that Miss fucking Wonderful completely like raged at you, and you had to shut up because you basically said that you made up the DV
and manipulation and lies. And at the time, why didn't I had no reason to not believe him. I didn't know who he was fully.
Well, exactly. You didn't know who he was, so why believe a complete stranger that you're banging as a situationship? You know, you're just not a girl's girl. That's what this is. That's what this whole video is.
And all other evidence and all other things just made sense to me that, you know, that this was not what she was claiming. Things have changed since then. So what you're bringing up is just stupid and irrelevant, really. We have definitive proof that Jesse did do these things. His record.
Okay, the record that you won't put up.
His criminal record.
Guys, can we also talk about how, you know, with her first ban, that she literally got banned because she was like an underage boy flashed her on Omegle. Like, why are you talking to underage teenagers? I mean, if you want to talk predators, Foodie, let's start there.
I really don't know what the deflection's about. Can't compare. Anyways, guys, I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. Just coming on here to point out those things for the people who are, you know, in the back, a little delayed.
Yeah, but you haven't explained who Yaba is, so your fans don't know. Some of your fans don't know who you're talking about, but go off.
And that's all I have to say. See you in the future.
Okay, guys. This was absolutely crazy. I don't know where this video came from. Maybe Yaba talked about May, but at the end of the day, what you trashed May more than anybody. So I don't understand what this was really about. There's no proof about the ex's crimes. There's no proof that Yaba knew. There's no proof. So, I mean, I don't know what you said all that and no receipts. One Twitter message from Sam and one video interview with Sam. No Yaba receipts. So again, you must be really, really bored, and Salah's clearly not home. So, yeah, I mean, just a whole lot of nothing with no receipts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for if you're still here. This was a long one. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening.